Good morning. It's Thursday, September 26th. Starting my 4-day, 3-night trip in the Smokies. I'm in the Cataloochee area. I'm going to start here at the Caldwell Fork trailhead. My goal is to get up to the Boogerman trail and do that, and then get back on Caldwell Fork, and then I'll let you know what goes on from there. But looks like it's going to be a nice day. Got here super early. The drive-in was crazy, Cove Creek Road, and was really windy, and it took me quite a while to do the 15 miles to get here. So I'm here, and I'm going to be crossing this bridge back here. I guess it's the longest footbridge in the Smokies. I don't know, that's what everybody keeps saying. So get this trip underway. I'll see you down the trail. Alright, made it to the Boogerman trail. I'm going to do this 3.8 trail, and then I'll be popping back out on Caldwell Fork. So I'll take some video on Boogerman, and I gets the hiking. Here comes the sun. Yep, so been hiking for about 1.5 miles, and the sun's finally popping up over the hills. It's a pleasant sight. Okay, I'm still on Boogerman Trail, hiking down. Out of Caldwell Fork, it's a pretty decent climb. It's a little rocky for about the first third of a mile, and then the terrain becomes really nice. You're walking on pine needles. So it's pretty much a walk in the woods so far, but it's nice. The solitude's great. The climb isn't that bad, so beautiful forest. I'll just see you at the end. Check this tree out. All right, making my way down the Boogerman Trail. Should have about 0.6, 0.8 to the end. Notice there's a lot of acorns on the tree, and the squirrels have been having a blast throwing them at me. So that's been part of the entertainment on this trail. I think only one of them got me though. So, all right. Really neat trail. It's in the woods the whole time, but some big trees on this trail. Just a nice quiet forest walk. I'll be heading down that way. You can actually get in this thing. it's 10 o'clock. I just finished the Boogerman trail. Looks like they tacked on an extra 0.1 according to this sign. So that's all right. I'm going to take a quick break here, and then I'm going to head back up Caldwell Fork. I met up with that trail again, and head up to the Big Fork Ridge Trail, and I'm going to be hiking that trail next. I'm going to connect the Caldwell Fork Trail between the two Boogerman trailheads on the third day. So, all right, time for the water up. Okay, made it down here to the Caldwell Fork, Big Fork Ridge Trail. Gonna be hiking that way. Just gonna get up and over this trail and then have lunch at the trailhead on Cataloochee Road. So we got 3.1 miles. Okay, hiking up Big Fork Ridge. It's been a little steady climb. There's been some blowdowns, and it's gotten kind of hot. I don't know. It's not supposed to storm today, so that's good. I don't think it's supposed to storm tonight. So hopefully I can get up to Mount Sterling campsite and set up my hammock and eat dinner and just enjoy the evening. Made it down to the end of the Big Fork Ridge Trail. Debating whether to eat lunch here or I have a little road walk down to the trailhead, a pretty hollow gap. But there's a field here, and I guess this is where the elk viewing happens. It's the middle of the day, so obviously they're not out, but as you can see, there's some dumbass walking in the field after, you know, right in front of the sign that says do not enter the field. So you're not supposed to be in the field even if they're not out there during the rut, but there's the Cataloochee Valley behind me. I'm road walking. I came from this direction. I'll be heading that way down to the Pretty Hollow Gap trailhead. Stopped at a break at the end of the Big Fork Ridge Trail, and I think all the elk are in the tree line. I did hear our bull bugle, so that was really cool. I was sitting there taking a break. So I'm thinking they're all bedded down in the tree line because it's 12:30, it's hot, sun's out. So maybe I'll catch them later in the evening or early in the morning. I will be coming back this way, I think, tomorrow. So, all right, heading my way up the Sterling Ridge Trail, 5.6. I think it's uphill the whole way, so I better get to walking. It's about 12:30, maybe a little past that. So getting a little cloudy, but it's actually kind of nice because it's cooled things down a little bit. So.
Nice new sign. Ooh la la. Alright, so this is the climbing starts up to Mount Sterling Ridge. There's a campsite which I'm staying at the last night about 0.2, 0.3 up this trail, so I'm gonna go ahead and get there and chug a bunch of water, camel up, and take a little break and then get on up this whole Pretty Hollow Gap trail. Way up Pretty Hollow Gap trail, right after the campsite, it just starts climbing. I think I'm gonna be doing this the full 4 miles, but today I already knew was the up day. Almost all of today was up. Tomorrow's a down day. Of course, there's not an always down day in the Smokies, so I will be going up a little bit tomorrow. And then the last day is kind of 50-50. But today is the up day, and this is the one climb that I was looking at like, I gotta climb up this, and then I gotta climb up Mount Sterling Ridge Trail to my campsite, and it's all at the end of the day. But I will make it as always. You can hear the stream, it's just below me. Been hiking along it the whole way. So, pretty scenery along this trail. It's rocky, so you really gotta watch your footing. But just keep inching along here, little steps at a time. That's all I'm doing, taking little breaks. So I'll see you up there. Alright, still hiking up Pretty Hollow Gap. I think I got about 0.5 to the top. This trail stays on you, man, the whole way. But it is a pretty trail. It just broke away from the creek. I pretty much followed the creek for the first 3 miles. There were some crossings, nothing that I had to take my shoes off for. I think the water's so low because it hasn't rained in a while, so. And now I'm just kind of heading straight up to meet up with Mount Sterling Ridge Trail, so I'll let you know when I get up there. All right, I made it to the top. I call BS on the mileage of the Pretty Hollow Gap Trail. Oh my gosh, you can hear my heart just thumping. It was like one of those unending climbs. But I'm up here on the Mount Sterling Ridge Trail. I got 1.8 to camp. So I'm going to take a long break here. Here's the Caldwell Fork Trail. Not this trip. So there's a nice little opening up here. I'm gonna take a break and I'll be heading up that way here in a little bit. All right, climbing up the Mount Sterling Ridge Trail. Beautiful forest around me. It's open. The trail's rocky and it's sticking with the let's just keep going up theme. Of course, I am staying at the highest campground in the Great Smoky Mountains, so it would make sense that I would be going up. So I'm gonna put this away and try to get to the top of this thing. All right, all set up. Got my tarp set up. I'm at the Mount Sterling campsite. Yeah, there's a few people up here. There's a group of about 5 other people staying up here, but they're over that way, so it's nice and chilly up here. It's not chilly, it's just cooler, so it's very nice up here. So I'm gonna go check out the fire tower. I'm gonna eat some dinner, and I might call it an early night. So this is the highest campsite in the Smokies, which is pretty cool. There's the Mount Sterling fire tower. I might climb up there later and see what I can see. It looks kind of sketchy, but I'm sure the views are amazing. Might do that, or I might just get up really early in the morning, see if I can catch the sunrise. Alright, this fire tower is sketchy as shit. But I made it up here, so I'm gonna get you some views. It looks all clear out there. Then there's some windows that are busted out. The floor looks like it's gonna break. But looks like some clouds moving in on this side. And then there's the other group that's camping. So it's pretty tall. Here's out the other window. I really want to get out of this thing. It's really sketchy. Alright, beautiful morning here up on Mount Sterling. Getting a bright and early start. Words just can't describe how awesome this is. It's really sweet. Great way to start the day. Okay, going to be heading down the Mount Sterling Trail now towards Long Bunk Trail, 1.8. So I'm going to be heading down that way. Last night it rained a little bit for about an hour, pretty good, but we're at such high elevation it got really windy, and when I woke up everything was dry. So my tarp and everything, so that was pretty nice. Great sunrise up there. Beautiful morning, sun's starting to pop out, and going to get to walking. Here's a nice view on the Mount Sterling Trail. Just been rocky and straight down so far. The smells here are amazing. It's got a lot of hemlocks and pines. Beautiful. So I hiked the 0.5 past Long Bunk down to Mount Sterling Gap. There's actually a road right there. People can park, use it as a trailhead. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn around and hike the 0.5 back up the Long Bunk and then start on Long Bunk Trail. So that's what I did. Got a 0.5 climb, so I'll have a little climbing to do, but fog's rolling in down here. A little cloudy out, and they're calling for afternoon showers, but we'll see what happens. All right, time to chug some water and on down the Long Bunk Trail. It's about 9 o'clock. Next stop, Little Cataloochee Trail 3.6. I got out of camp at 7:30, almost right on the dot, so get on hiking down this trail. All right, here's the tree on the Long Bunk that everybody says looks like it's dabbing. Can you see it? Funky town. There's a little graveyard along the trail. Okay, made it down to the end of the Long Bunk Trail. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to do the 1 mile down to Old North Carolina 284 road, and then the mile back up to here, and then finish off the Little Cataloochee Trail, the 4.2, back over to Pretty Hollow Gap Trail where I was at yesterday. So I'm going to get to walking. It's about 11 o'clock. All right, made it up here. It was work. Now I got to turn around and go back and do the 1 mile I just did. And it's mainly uphill. So there's a little creek about 0.2 from here. I'm going to stop and water up. The Little Cataloochee Baptist Church. All right, here's a cabin along the Little Cataloochee Trail. I'm not sure which one this is. There's a lot of little cabins, and there's a church. It's kind of a historic trail. Mainly the trail is an old road, so been seeing a lot of people on it. I didn't see anybody on Mount Sterling, Long Bunk, and then once I hit Little Cataloochee, probably seen 20 people so far. But kind of cool. All I know is if there's a rocking chair and a cooler full of cold beer on that porch, I'd probably be camping here tonight. Instead, I got about another 8 miles to do. It's probably about 12:30. So I'm gonna quit yapping and I'm gonna get to walking. Currently hiking down a Little Cataloochee Trail still. That climb after that cabin is no joke. It's like brutal. It's brutal. So I got to the top of that, took a nice little water break, and now I'm heading down. It's all downhill to the Pretty Hollow Gap Trail. So I'm just gonna get off here and knock out these miles. All right, finished the Little Cataloochee Trail. I'm at the Pretty Hollow Gap Trail now. I'm gonna do the 0.8 down the Cataloochee Road, walk the road to the Rough Creek Trailhead. That's the next trail I'm gonna get on. Do Rough Creek and then Caldwell Fork to my campsite 41, but I'm going to get to the trailhead and it's right by that field, and I am just going to take a nice long break, rest up, and bust out the last 5 trail miles. So I'll get to walking. See you down the road. Alright, start of the Rough Fork Trail. This is the home stretch. I'm going to hike up to Caldwell Fork Trail and then down the Caldwell Fork Trail to my campsite. So I got about a little under 5 miles. It's a little before 3. I'm just going to take my time. Hopefully get there around 5:30, set up camp and just relax for a little bit. So I'll see y'all there. I'm hiking up the Rough Fork Trail. Stopped for lunch. Had some maple glazed and smoked salmon jerky, some cookies, some licorice, some all sugared up. Chugged a bunch of water. Jumped in the creek. So I think I'm good for this little home stretch here. Been hearing a bunch of bull elk bugling, so it's really cool just hiking through the woods, and every once in a while you'll hear them bugle. So really neat experience to hear that. Just working my way up here. Turned out to be a beautiful day. Glad to be out. Alright, just past campsite 40 on the Rough Fork Trail. It's a nice easy stroll for a 1.5 up to the campsite, and then it's right after that I've been climbing. So I assume I'm going to keep climbing up to the Caldwell Fork intersection. And yeah, just taking a quick little breather. Saw some turkeys on the way up here. And campsite 40, just a bunch of little spots and a bunch of rhododendron near a creek. So I'm kind of glad I'm not staying there tonight. It's not very hammock friendly. Just a heads up on that. Boy, am I glad to see this sign. I underestimated today. The climbs were a lot harder than I thought. This last one up Rough Fork and then Little Cataloochee, the climbs on that, they kicked my butt. On paper, it didn't look too bad, but yeah, there was some elevation gain, and the climbs weren't gradual like yesterday. They were pretty much, they had a steeper grade, so I think that's why it was so hard. You just kind of had to inch your way up them, but I'm looking forward to getting down the campsite 41. I'm gonna go check out the big poplars on the way down there. I think they're the oldest tulip poplars in the park, so they're supposed to be huge. So I'd like to go check them out. I made it. Time to set up and relax. Alright, I made it to campsite 41, Caldwell Fork. Got the hammock set up. It's a beautiful site. It's open. There's a couple guys back there in the corner. I got the creek right there, so I'm gonna go filter some water in a little bit. And while I'm doing that, I got to hang my pack and my food because there's a bear warning here. I guess a bear's been coming in here and stealing people's food and packs and stuff. So, but yeah, this is a really nice site. So I'd recommend staying at 41. All right, leaving camp. Started day 3. My plan today is to hike down Caldwell Fork just a short bit, maybe like 0.4. Meet up with the Hemphill Bald trail, and then it's going to be a big climb up to the top. So I'll do all my climbing then in the morning. But once I get up there, I'll do Hemphill Bald trail to Paul's Gap, down Rough Fork. Do the top half of that. I did the bottom half then to yesterday. And then down the whole Caldwell Fork trail. So I'll be back here later today. I'm gonna just do a big loop and then Caldwell Fork all the way back to the truck. Bright and early start. Get them legs stretched and ready to roll. Up and away. Getting ready to climb up Hemphill Bald. 3 miles to the Cataloochee Divide Trail intersection. Still climbing up the Hemphill Bald Trail. It's a nice, decent climb. Levels out part of the way and gives you some little breaks. I should be reaching the intersection of the Cataloochee Divide here in about a half mile. So take a little break there and then continue on the Hemphill Bald Trail. Should be getting some good views coming up, so I'll check in with you when I get there. All right, popped out here on Double Gap. Let's see here. I got about 5.5 to Paul's Gap on the Hemphill Bald Trail. So looks like I'm gonna keep climbing. I know it levels out towards the end. So I'm making about 1.5 miles per hour, which isn't too bad considering we've just been going up. Okay, double gap. I have to go through this gate here. And then if you can see, this is Hemphill Bald, and the trail goes right up there. So I'll be climbing up this bald here. It's really pretty. I might actually sit here for a few minutes and take a water break, eat a snack. Take it in. There's a nice overlook on the Hemphill Bald Trail. I think that is a ski resort, the Maggie Valley maybe, or Cataloochee. It's a little hazy. I think they're calling for afternoon thunder showers, but pretty neat. You can see down into the valley there. Not sure what that is. That might be parking or something down there. Still hiking down the Hemphill Bald Trail. I think I got about 2.5 left to Paul's Gap. There's like a parking area there. I'm gonna take a nice long break there before heading down Rough Fork. So, turned out to be a nice day so far. There was thunder earlier, but it looks like that burned off. Always a good day out here. Okay, just got done taking a long break at Poles Gap. I'm going to be heading down that way, Rough Fork Ridge, and if you can notice,
the dark skies, and you probably can't hear it right now, but there's a lot of thunder over there. So yes, I'm heading that way. And then I just came up the Hemphill Bald trail there, and as you can see, a lot of people. I saw a lot of day hikers hiking up the Hemphill Bald, past a lot of day hikers, and there's a lot of Subies. They must like their Subarus. So I'm gonna start heading down the trail. Hopefully I'll avoid the rain. I'm gonna get to the Caldwell Fork trail, and I'm gonna hike that whole trail back to the truck. All right, it's 2:30. I just made it back down here to the Caldwell Fork intersection. I was here yesterday. I stayed at the campsite that's about 1.2 that way, so I'm gonna go down there and dip my head in the creek, maybe my whole body, and fill up on water. That's the one thing about this little stretch is I didn't know about water, so I kind of conserved it the whole way, and I'm just really thirsty. So I'm gonna chug a little bit I have left and rest up and get down to the creek, and I'm just gonna water up, just chug a bunch of water. So Rough Fork Trail was pretty nice. It's super flat coming out of Paul's Gap for about 1.5 to 2 miles, and then it drops down to here. But pretty walking through the woods. Looking forward to doing Caldwell Fork back to the truck. There's some sections that I'm gonna see for the first time on Caldwell Fork, so I'm looking forward to doing the whole trail from start to finish. I'll get started here in about 10-15 minutes. Now on the section of the Caldwell Fork Trail in between the McKee Branch and the Hemphill Bald Trail. So still some more thunder. I feel like I've been dodging these storms, and my luck's gonna run out sooner than later, so I'll probably have a 2.5 to 3 hours of hiking back to the truck. Been a beautiful day. .2 back to the truck. All right, I have another stream crossing, but I don't think I'm gonna bother with the sandals this time. I'm just gonna go in my shoes. Getting near the end of the hike anyway, so I can let them dry out. It's nice and deep. See on the other side. Finished up the section of the Caldwell Fork between the two Boogerman trail heads. You're gonna get your feet wet on that section. It's about 2 miles. And I counted 6 major water crossings. 2 of them had bridges, 4 did not. So I did the first one in sandals, and I saw the second one, and I'm like, I don't know how many more there are, and plus it's the end of the trip, so I just went in my shoes. Just a heads up, the section between the two Boogerman trailheads is
wet. Gonna cross some big creeks, but it's beautiful. So I got about 0.5 back to the car. Yeah, I'll figure out what I'm gonna do there, so I'll just see you at the truck. I finished the hike. I've been sitting here for about an hour, just getting new clean clothes on and relaxing. I'm supposed to hike up the Pretty Hollow campsite, but I'm not gonna do that. I didn't want to do the 1.6 up and the 1.6 back. So I think what I'm gonna do instead is maybe just stealth camp in the back of my truck, and then I'm gonna get up early in the morning and see if I can go up and check the elk out. I've just been watching cars and droves go up and down this road, a lot of Jeeps, and I was gonna go up there now, but it's probably just packed, so I think I have a better shot if I just get up super early and get up there, maybe get a good spot, sit up there for a few hours and watch the elk. But what an awesome hike. Loved it. Cataloochee, great area. Trails were a little rough, but I loved it. Really remote. You just get that remote feeling back here. So I would recommend the Cataloochee area if you're looking for backpacking, or they just have a campground if you want to bring the family down here. And looking forward to seeing the elk tomorrow.